have those days where we just don't feel like being productive. Maybe we're feeling lazy. Maybe we're feeling stressed. Or maybe we're just not in the right headspace. Whatever the reason, we all have off days. But just because you don't feel like being productive doesn't mean you can't be. In fact, there are a few simple tricks you can use to get times done even when you don't want to. In this video, we'll teach you how to be reliable, have others trust you, and become immensely valuable to the world. Welcome to Coffeepo.com, where you learn finance every day. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do, as we bring valuable information every day to keep you informed and updated about finances. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of our new videos. 1. Leverage your energy levels. If you're like most people, there are times when you just don't feel like doing anything. Maybe you're tired, maybe you're stressed, or maybe you're just plain lazy. Whatever the reason, there are ways to get yourself moving even when you don't feel like it. One way to do this is to leverage your energy levels. If you can find something that will give you a little boost of energy, it can be enough to get you started on whatever it is you need to do. Exercise is a great way to do this. Even if you don't feel like working out, getting your body moving can give you a shot of energy that can last for hours. Another option is to eat something healthy. A nutritious meal or snack can give you the energy you need to get through even the most difficult tasks. Finally, if you're really struggling to get moving, try setting a timer for yourself. Once the timer starts, you'll be surprised at how quickly you can get things done. Whatever method you choose, just remember that it's possible to get things done even when you don't feel like it. Just put forth a little effort and you'll be surprised at what you can accomplish. 2. Reducing friction. Reducing friction. You might be surprised to learn that some of the biggest obstacles to getting things done are the ones you place there yourself. Unknowingly, we can add roadblocks that make even the simplest tasks seem more complicated than they need to be. For example, let's say you need to contact a lot of people, whether it's clients or potential customers. You need to be on various platforms and have an official email or template to base your messages on. But when the time comes to actually sit down and message those people, you may find yourself procrastinating because of all the other things you need to do first. You may look at the task and think, I'll just do that tomorrow. But what you don't realize is that by adding small obstacles, you're making the job seem a lot more complicated than it actually is. One way to overcome this is to focus on removing as many obstacles as you can. Spend half a day looking at what things are making your job annoying or unnecessarily hard and try to remedy the situation. For example, if you need to contact a lot of people, but writing is not really your thing, get someone else to do it on your behalf. If you have to write a bunch of stuff, but you have a small monitor and a shitty keyboard which makes the task unnecessarily annoying, get a bigger monitor and maybe a mechanical keyboard. In other words, look at what's standing in your way and find a way to remove it. Sometimes people hide behind these obstacles to justify why they are constantly late or underperforming. But the truth is, if you just spend a bit of energy removing the obstacles, you'll be surprised at how much easier your job becomes and how much more you can get done. 3. Healthy sabotage. If you're finding it hard to focus and get work done, you're not alone. In fact, even some of the most successful people have trouble staying on task. One way to overcome this is by what's known as healthy sabotage. Healthy sabotage is when you do something to make it harder to procrastinate. For example, if you're trying to finish a project but keep getting distracted by YouTube, you might cut your internet cable. It might sound extreme, but it's all about making it easier to focus on what's important. And sometimes, the things that are most important are also the most unpleasant. Take Ian Fleming, for example. He's the author of the James Bond series, which is now worth billions of dollars. But he didn't always find writing easy. In fact, he hated it. To make himself write, he would check into the worst hotel he could find in a city he disliked. That way, he had nothing to do but work on his book. And once he was done, he could just leave and never come back. If you have something important to do but keep putting it off, try healthy sabotage. It might not be pleasant, but it could be just what you need to get the job done. 4. Loss aversion. The loss aversion phenomenon is one that has been studied extensively by psychologists and economists. In simple terms, it posits that people are more motivated by the fear of loss than the prospect of gain. This means that, if given the choice between two options, people will often choose the option that presents the less risk of loss, even if the other option has a higher potential for gain. There are a number of theories as to why this might be the case. One is that losses are simply felt more strongly than gains, due to the way our brains process information. Another is that we are hardwired to be more risk-averse, as this was often the difference between life and death in our evolutionary history. Whatever the reason, loss aversion is a powerful force that can have a big impact on our decision-making. Interestingly, loss aversion doesn't just apply to financial decisions. It has also been shown to affect our health-related choices. For example, research has shown that people are more likely to stick to a diet or exercise regime if they stand to lose something such as money if they don't succeed. This is because the fear of loss is a strong motivator and can often be more effective than the prospect of gain. So if you're finding it hard to stick to your New Year's resolutions, it might be worth trying a loss aversion approach. Set yourself up so that you have something to lose if you don't stick to your goals, and you may find yourself more motivated to succeed. 5. Outside accountability. When you make a commitment to yourself, whether it's to get in shape, start a business, or anything else, it's important to also involve other people. The simple act of telling others about your goal makes it more real and increases the likelihood that you'll actually follow through. Think about it this way. If you only ever made commitments to yourself, it would be very easy to break them. But when you involve other people, you not only have to deal with the disappointment of letting yourself down, but also the disappointment of letting others down. This is why fitness trainers are so successful. They provide outside accountability that encourages people to show up and do the work, even when they don't feel like it. So if you're serious about achieving your goals, involve other people from the start. It will make it easier to stay on track and increase your chances of success. 6. Short-term rewards. We often think of rewards as something we get after completing a task. But what if we flipped that around? What if we used things that we enjoy as motivation to get things done? It may take a bit of willpower to get started, but the results can be impressive. Our brains are wired to chase short-term rewards, so why not use that to our advantage? There are probably lots of things that excite you and pique your curiosity, and most likely those things have nothing to do with your work. You might rather spend the day reading and researching about AI or programming or drawing and rendering. And sometimes, since you work from home now, you do spend a full day doing that. But what if you made that a reward for getting something else done? What if you got the work done today, and then you got to spend some hours on something that excites you in return? With this mentality shift, not only will you start getting more done, but you'll also not feel guilty for pursuing other things. 7. Visualization. When it comes to job interviews, visualization can be a powerful tool to help you stand out from the competition. When interviewers ask about your goals for the next 5 years, they are really looking to see if you have a clear vision for your future and whether you are committed to achieving it. If you can take the time to visualize yourself in your desired role, it will show that you are serious about your career goals and that you have the drive to make them a reality. In the Doctor Strange universe, there is an alternate reality where you are already successful in your chosen field. What does that version of you look like? How are you dressed? What is your body language saying? What is your attitude like? Take the time to really picture yourself in this successful future, and then strive to make it your reality. With visualization, anything is possible. 8. Adding good triggers. We all have habits that we would like to break and new habits that we would like to develop. Unfortunately, changing our habits is not always easy. We are creatures of habit, and our habits are often triggered by different elements in our environment. For example, you may spend your morning scrolling through social media on your phone because it is the first thing you see when you wake up. This can trigger you to check social media throughout the day. Or if you are a smoker, every time you drink coffee, it may trigger you to light up a cigarette. Just as these triggers can push us into bad habits, they can also push us into good habits. If you want to be more active, take the stairs every time you have the chance. Now, anytime you see a flight of stairs, it will trigger you to take them. This type of action is only limited by your own imagination. Find elements that trigger good habits and make you get done. then surround yourself with them. That's all for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to hear more videos from our channel, subscribe and make sure to turn on the bell icon.